The call for an increase in the minimum wage has garnered support from Nickocy Phillips, the political leader of the Unity of the People (UTP). However, Phillips has advised that any adjustment to the minimum wage should be accompanied by controls on food prices. For more, here is Kandace Jackson.
4 weeks without efficient cargo shipments between the islands, foreign exchange shortages and increased freight shipping costs are contributing to food inflation rates approximately 10%. According to the political leader of the UTP, Nickocy Phillips, this situation is making it difficult for low-income families to afford food.
Because $3,000 a month cannot feed a single mother with 4 kids. It has to be something that has to work for our family on the low level.
Phillips supports an increase in the minimum wage, but questions whether the government will do it for the right reasons.
But we have heard that already. And we have heard that as a political gimmick by the government and the administration. So the question now is, are they going to fulfill it? But then again, why wait till the budget and not want to do that when we ask for the 4% or even more than the 4%?
Additionally, Phillips states that the government cannot arbitrarily raise minimum wage without implementing controls on food prices through legislation.
We just had this little boat issue just for about 3 days or a week. And they're talking about raising food prices and all this nonsense already. So I do agree with the minimum wage, but it must be equal across the border so that everyone can benefit.
The UTP political leader called on the Minister of Trade and Industry, Paula Gopiskun, to intervene and establish the necessary policies.
The government has to find a way to penalize these supermarkets that are raising the product still, that has taxes reduced on it, and it has to be, the food prices has to be enough to fit the minimum wage, or the raising the minimum wage, and to fit the families that are accessing the foodstuff.
The Trinidad and Tobago Supermarket Association had previously indicated that they were trying to absorb as many costs as possible. However, they acknowledged that some costs would eventually be passed on to the consumer. In the meantime, they are encouraging more entrepreneurs and farmers to increase food production in order to reduce imports to the country. Kandace Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.